What's going on, everybody? You found Bottom Tier Collector. I'm your host, The Bearded One, and today I am bringing you a bottom tier list from a bottom tier collector. First off, this is 22 Comics Original Challenge. Go check out 22 Comics stuff. Fellow Statesman, Roll Tide 22. He's got good stuff going on his channel. 22 Comics. Check him out. I originally did a top 5 covers video several years ago, but I decided to delete it and redo my top 5 covers video per request of 22 Comics, who did not formally challenge me, but he requested I get involved anyways. I was in a live chat, one of Fanboy Prime's live chats, and said I would do another top 5 covers video if I was formally challenged, because, you know, I jumped in so quick to the challenge that nobody really got a chance to challenge me. Not that anybody would, right? Well, I'm wrong. Fanboy Prime requested I do a top 5 challenge. And I also want to say Brian LCS has done a top 5 covers challenge. Go check out Brian LCS channel and his video. Super Russ 9000 did a troll video. Now maybe he appreciates Rob Layfield. Maybe he's serious about the books he covered. But I tend to think the wiser about it. And I'm going to take from Super Russ 9000. I'm going to do a troll video myself. So you guys thought you were signing up for 5 covers, right? No. You're going to get 11 of my favorite covers in my collection. Ha 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 ha! Strap in, guys. Alright guys, let's get right into it. Number 1, we got All-Star Section 8, number 1. Excuse the price tag here. I'll just pull it out. Who cares? These are my books. I can handle them how I want. So you get the full cover in all its glory. I'm a Batman hater, and I love the Hitman universe. You know, the All-Star Section 8. I just love the humor in here. Garth Ennis continues to troll all the AAA Justice League roster characters. He's doing it here. It's in the cover. I think in the story, Batman gets a speeding ticket for illegally parking the Batmobile somewhere in Gotham City. It's hilarious. I love the comedy. I love this cover. It's everything I feel about Batman. Batman sucks. I just wish Batman fans would be content with Justice League, Detective Comics, and Batman. I don't need Batman all over the universe. It's not Batman Comics, it's Detective Comics. Come on, guys. It's a whole universe, and we're focusing on one guy. Come on. Anyways, there it is. There's the book. Suicide Squad number 7, my favorite Ambush Bug cover. I love freaking Ambush Bug. Eduardo Pacia did this cover. An artist by the last name of Connor did this cover. So let me just include the artist here. But yeah, I love Task Force X, Ambush Bug. It's like, it's my personality. But you know, I just, the sense of humor I have, where I love goofy, stupid things that makes them special to me. This cover just kind of, you know, resembles that in my personality. Next up, we have Deathstroke 19. I can't find the signature, so I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know who did this cover, but it's an awesome cover. It's actually the background for my PlayStation 3 main menu. Deathstroke 19. Firefighter cover. I love the attention to detail. I don't know if you guys can see a lot of the detail. I don't know how the light is hitting this book. I don't know if I've cut it off in the camera or whatever, but it's just a fantastic, one of the most detailed issues I've ever seen. Incredible cover. And it's a wraparound cover at that. A gatefold wraparound at that. This comes out a little more, and then the back side, it's got some to the picture. Fantastic cover. So I did all the Batman hate, and I gotta be honest with myself. I love this cover, and I don't just Even though I'm a Batman hater, I don't actually hate Batman. I just hate the way DC treats Batman right now. I don't think it's doing service to the character. But in spite of all that, I got a Batman cover on my top covers list. So for 22 Comics, you're a big Batman fan, I want your opinion in the comments. What you think about this cover? This cover is me all the way. Dark Knight's Death Metal #1. I'm actually putting a variant up. This is the Doug Manka 1 in 25 variant. Fire cover. Buy your cover. Found this in a dollar bin at the Deep in Huntsville. This is like, I've seen this go for $100 raw on eBay. And I found it in a freaking dollar bin. It's one of the biggest dollar bin finds I've ever found in my history of hunting books. You know, I'm just a big heavy metal guy, and just this cover just speaks to me. It just everything I like about music and heavy metal music. In comic books, it's all put together right here. I love the aesthetic with the skulls and the crazy. You know, it harkens back to high school when, for a brief second, for a cup of coffee, I wanted to design and build guitars professionally. I was going to go work at the Gibson guitar shop in the Grand Ole Opry Mall in Nashville. That was my dream, for a cup of coffee my senior year in high school, and I would freehand draw guitars, and I would give them all kind of crazy shapes and designs. And this guitar right here just kind of harkens back to those days, and the crazy guitars I would draw. Love that cover. Again, I said it's a Doug Manka cover, so Doug Manka, true, did the cover. Fantastic. Fornes did this next cover, Justice League Incarnate 2. In the days, you know, I'm not really a cover by guy. This last issue was a straight cover by. This one's a cover by. Super freaking Demon from Universe 23, I believe. The best version of Superman there is. Super freaking Demon. Fire cover. Fire cover. You know, I usually want cover A and that's it, unless Lobo's on the cover, but this cover was so fire. Literally fire. It broke the rule. It broke the freaking rule. Let's flip this around. We'll go for more covers, because you signed up for 11 books, guys. Get over it. Death of Wolverine #4. This series put Steve McNiven on the map. I believe McNiven did the cover. Death of Wolverine #4. Ooh, and it's got boiled goodness. One of my favorite covers of Wolverine. There's just something so romantic about this cover, and I guess, you know, there's something romantic about a naked man on a cover. Not really what I meant. There's just something. So, I guess romantic is the word, you know, I'm meaning to use about, you know, death, the avatar of death, carrying a dead Wolverine, a character we believe to be immortal. And he's finally found that peace, that death. And, you know, spoiler, Wolverine's back. Spoiler, Wolverine never died. He was just frozen in a puddle of liquid adamantium. Next up, from the Sandman universe, one of my favorite covers. I'm going to take this out. I don't want you guys to see the second and Charles price tag. Not that I care, you know, just for you guys to see what I paid for it. I just want you guys to see the full freaking cover. I'm not sure who did the cover. I apologize for that. Just look it up if you love this cover as much as I do. Man, I love this cover. Lucifer #1. Freaking love that cover. That is fire. I love the humor here. Will sin for food. The way Lucifer looks. I'm not used to Lucifer having a beard and shaggy hair. The horns look unique coming out of Lucifer's head. Definitely calls back to, you know, for you Satanists out there, it kind of gives more callback to the Baphomet than traditional Christian, how should I say this, the traditional Christian image, you know, we all think of when we talk about Lucifer or Satan. This definitely calls back to the Church of Satan kind of imagery, in my opinion. We'll just move on now. Next up, Gabriel Dell'Otto. So an artist everybody loves to pimp, and I got to pimp him too. Dell'Otto, there's a reason everybody talks about the guy. Rorschach #6. Gabriel Dell'Otto. Now, this series kind of irritates me. It forced me to break my rule of only wanting cover A's. The Watchmen aesthetic, which has, the words going down the side, that has always traditionally been cover A, or the only cover for Watchmen. And in this series, all the cover A's looked like the cardstock B variants, and all the cover B's looked like the cover A's, the original Watchmen aesthetic. That irritated me. However, I don't hate the fact that because it was a variant, there were just so many great artists pumping out. Mattina got a cover, Dennis Cohen got a cover, Dell'Otto got a cover, I think even Frizen got a cover. I don't remember who did. I think Phil Jimenez did cover one of my favorite artists of all time. Love Phil Jimenez. I can't say enough about the guy. But yeah, I love ultra realistic art. I think realism is one of my favorite forms of art. I just really respect somebody's dedication to how precise you have to be with realism. And this straight up looks like a movie poster, in my opinion. I mean, Gabriel Dell'Otto. Moving on to a series, we got tons of banger covers in. 52, week 36. Not sure who did the cover. Let's see here. JBJO Ness. I don't know. Last name Ness. N-E-S. Did this cover. Fire cover. You knew I was going to throw Lobo in here. You just knew I was going to throw Lobo in here. And this is definitely one of my favorite Lobo covers of all time. It comes to the mind when I think about all-time great Lobo covers. Make sure that it's not going to fall over. Don't want a party foul. Next up, one of my favorite artists of all time, a guy I celebrate all the time, Lee Bermejo or Bermejo. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I was introduced to him in Suiciders, his Vertigo creator-owned series. Well, kind of creator-owned. I don't know how the legality works if you have books that were created on Vertigo, but I think it's creator-owned. But yeah, this is like one of the only times, one of my favorite, definitely my favorite realistic artist of all time, touched my favorite character. Suicide Squad number 9. Fire cover. Fire cover. Give it up for Lee Bermejo. And Lee Bermejo's done that, I don't want to say famous because it's not a very old cover, but the cover that made its rounds in December and January, the Joker Robin Christmas card style cover, Bermejo did that cover. And then last but not least, my former favorite cover in my collection before I just kind of settled in on that Lobo 20 and before I purchased Demon 17. It's Lobo Chained. Rafael Garris did this cover. Fire cover. Fire cover. Look at that. Look at that. Gruesome. Bloody guts. Spines. It kind of reminds me... It's like it's done in the style of Frank Frazetta. Fire cover. Fire cover. Love. And then the story's great too. For a one-shot, it's an incredible read. It's really fun. The hook at the end is hilarious. So that'll do me, guys. 11 covers. Gotcha. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and until next time, guys.